Welcome to the Trail Candy coverage of the 2024 Texas AM Series finale, hosted at Sprinkle Valley in Austin, Texas. My name is Jacob Goose Geeson. I'm joined today by Jace Whitehead and Trevor Williamson. We are Team Goose Promotions. We are the team that put on this event, and this event couldn't have been possible without the awesome sponsors that you see on your screen. Loot Bags, Another Round Disc Golf, and Mint Disc namely. The event was hosted at the Austin Beer Works facility here at Sprinkle Valley in Austin. This event is the finale of a series that we've been hosting across Texas this year. So let's talk about the players that we have today. Trevor?
We got Michael Ferrugia. This guy played a lot of events for only been playing since 2020. He's got a good forehand, good backhand. Then we got Kevin Harris. This guy's a great guy, great attitude.
Yeah, new to the sport as well.
Yeah, and then Michael Kaufman. This guy's traveled all over for his company, Course Fuel, sells Raised energy drinks. And then we got John McClellan, a man of many talents.
Amateur disc golfer, pro juggler. Cool. All right, Michael and Kevin are tied, and Kaufman and John McClellan are just right there behind him. Anything can happen at Sprinkle Valley. It's a pretty tough course. Let's see what happens for him.
Pretty big tournament for a lot of these guys too, so interested to see how they come out of the gates.
For sure. All right, hole one is a par 4. It starts off with a triple mando through the Sprinkle Valley sign. You're going to be throwing a straight mid-range that has a little bit of stability at the end, or if you're feeling aggressive, you'll throw a forehand with a big rim driver. Your landing zone will be right about here with the mid-range, or if you get lucky with that forehand, you'll turn the corner right here. From here, it's a pretty standard shot. You have a lane on the left side and then a lane on the right side, which is also pretty common here at Sprinkle Valley, to the basket here. Long of the basket and on all sides are these tiny cedar trees, so you want to be close to give yourself a good look.
Yeah, really great starting hole. Kind of just a little placement shot off the
on
tee.
the box for our lead card of our MA1 division. Starting us off, representing Mint Disc, Michael Ferrugia.
There's our boy Trevor Byers, dripped out in Goose Promotions gear.
Shout out to Trevor. He was huge for us all weekend.
Yeah, I feel like he's getting better and better every event at doing the intros and the player meetings and stuff.
Agreed.
Michael, he's got a good routine before his shots. He always does kind of the same routine.
All right, guys.
He didn't get enough turn on that one. Is going to end up in that
Harris.
off the fairway on the right side.
Yeah, Kevin Harris, also a really good forehand player. I'm excited to watch him today.
Kind of the same miss as Michael there. Just not enough turnover.
Yeah, same miss and really just a spot you hope you find your disc at.
Next on the box, representing Course Fuel and Big Country Beef Jerky, Michael Kaufman.
For clarity for this whole coverage, guys, we're going to call Michael Kaufman and Michael Ferrugia Michael. Another big forehand.
Kaufman has a huge forehand, looking pretty much identical to Kevin almost.
Yeah, same miss.
And rounding out our lead card, John.
Looks like he's also going to be
McClellan.
throwing a forehand.
What is John hiding under that hat?
A little lower.
Yeah, they probably corrected on the other guys and, sometimes it's just overcorrect a little too much.
Good play for Michael here, just taking his medicine, getting right to the landing zone.
Wow, he's got up way up there. His drive must have got super sneaky.
John showing the left side fairway.
Just a
There
little
with the
wide.
tree.
We got Michael choosing to go forehand here. Pretty much in an ideal spot to get up and down for par.
First hole jitters.
That looks like a tough line.
Shrugs it off.
Kaufman with a roller. Great out. Easy up and down for par.
Kevin was way up in that tree.
Good find from Kevin there.
Must have crushed that drive. He was way
Yeah.
down the fairway.
Really favorable lie. I felt like he was going to be deeper in there.
Great up.
A little head nod from Michael.
Kaufman throwing a forehand with a mid-disc profit here. Nice and easy. A little bit of a tap in for par.
This would be big for John.
Starting off with a birdie with a big putt. Just a little low.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to get your day started, especially when Kevin's going to knock one in for birdie.
Huge birdie from Kevin right there. Par for John. And that's going to be a bogey for Michaels. That's a two-stroke swing right here on the first hole. I didn't think he's going to recover from that.
Yeah, it's 18 holes, you know. Not the way you want to start, but
GT1 Kodo with the bogey on one, so.
Oh, it's happened before. Hole 2, this is another par 4. Very similar to the first shot where you have two options off the tee. You can have a forehand that'll fade to the right as a more aggressive play, or a backhand with an understable mid-range or putter. One of the general themes of Sprinkle Valley is that you're going to disc down off the tee on a lot of these drives, throwing more of a mid-range or a fairway driver for most of these shots. The ideal landing zone on the first drive is going to be right around here, giving you an open second shot to the basket that's about 180, 200 feet away. How do you guys feel about this hole?
I like this hole. I like throwing forehands, so it's a pretty easy tee shot as long as you hit your line. And then the second shot, not so easy. Second shot really depends on where you landed. I feel like every time it's a different shot.
I've lost a couple discs in the trees on the right over here.
yeah, definitely. I think we're going to see players get aggressive here, though. You can give yourself a nice little look if you hit the line right.
Yeah.
I lost a very good boss to the right off the tee here.
That just held a little too much, but it's pretty close to what you're looking at.
He has a tough birdie look from there.
Same thing.
Just a little bit too straight. Same mistake for McClellan.
Yeah, and that one's going to be the least favorable. You don't want to be over there.
That's more what you're looking for. Michael throwing his DD3 right to the landing zone.
Yeah, and like Trevor was saying, you just don't know where you're going to land down there. You could be left, you could be right, and you're looking at a different shot from either way.
The mulch over here makes footing really tough. Makes forehand rollers even tougher.
2 in a row from Kaufman.
Jones' pitch out is high. Gets knocked down by the trees in the fairway. Should be an easy up and down right there. Kevin remarkably has a look at the basket. Dude's a magician.
Yeah, that's a straight disc. That is a straight disc. I don't know if he was trying to go that way. It looked like the left side was a little more open, but hey, sometimes it works out.
Just a standstill for Michael. Looks like he's trying to throw it in. Oh, circle one birdie look. Good way to wipe away that starting bogey.
Yeah, and stress-free too, so.
Ooh, Kaufman getting caught up a little early twice in a row. Did y'all notice Kevin's bag? He's got like one of the starter dynamic bags. It seems like he might be coming after some of those goose bucks. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, first place had the choice of a bag too if they want it, so we got some pretty dope bags in there for him.
Not only that, the winner of the MA1 and the FA1 divisions get to take down a Mint sponsorship. Congrats to Taylor for winning the FA1 sponsorship earlier that morning. That's a bummer of a miss for Michael right there. He'll just have to tap in a par. But he's losing another stroke to Kevin right there.
Yeah,
Two holes in with a three-stroke lead.
It's an ideal start for Kevin. You don't want to see this guy get hot, especially when his putt's on.
John tapping his par. It's going to be a par start for that guy.
Yeah, I would say you want to get one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to get one of the two.
Nightmare start for Kaufman there. Bogey, double bogey.
And Kev's going to have a 3-stroke lead already after being tied with Michael. We're going into hole 3 here. This one's kind of tricky. I feel like the tee pad's just far enough left to where it makes it super tricky. You got to kind of ride that right side of the tee pad on your run up, and you're going to throw something pretty straight for a while, maybe something like slightly flippy on a hyzer so that it pushes straight but then finishes at the end. The basket's going to be in the long pin, so it's going to be probably 30, 40 feet past this one that you see right here on the drone coverage.
Yeah, the common miss that you'll see is hitting one of those first 2 trees, usually the one on the right side. You see it's taking some damage in the camera there.
Yeah, Kevin's not a big backhand thrower too, so it's cool to see him throw it on coverage, especially that good.
Looks like he did exactly what we said.
Great shot. This guy's got a backhand.
Yeah, I trust John on this shot.
Got about as close to the right side as possibly can. Then
Swing that thing wide, Jacob.
Yes, sir. Nice shot. It's a little bit too right.
Yeah, and you saw Michael didn't actually take that right side of the tee pad. He kind of threw from the center of the tee pad. And
Yeah, you kind of have 2 trees right off the tee pad that force you to hit a shot that is more of on a hyzer, so it kind of
Very
makes it a little
specific.
uncomfortable for you.
very specific, unless you're Michael Kaufman and you've got a forehand for any situation.
Fortunate break from Michael right there. Landing right in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, Ferrugia with a good upshot there.
Kaufman also landing in the middle of the fairway.
Throwing that soft profit. That man loves a good soft profit.
John putt for birdie.
Yeah, you want to see him put this one in, Jacob.
Yes, sir. He is on the board.
It's a good start. I mean, slower than you probably wanted, but it's a good start.
This one's not a gimme. Great putt from Kevin. 3 for 3.
Kevin's got the game face on, but he can't help but smirk. This dude is just smiling all the time.
He loves the game right now. It's cool to see.
Oh,
That's a mistake you can't make.
honestly, I hope that wasn't my fault. I could not move. I just had to stand right behind the basket.
Man.
Just so casual about that comebacker. That's a confidence booster.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
smooth.
I would have felt a lot worse if you missed that. Because I don't know. I just blame myself sometimes when I'm.
You razzing. The camera razz.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to think these guys are probably, this is their first time on camera, so.
All right, we got hole 4, another par 3. This one is very challenging. It's shaped for a backhand turnover shot, but you can also get there with a flip up forehand. This is one shot where you want your disc to go as straight as possible with just a little bit of a right fade. The best you're going to see from a forehand is usually going to be circle 2, maybe the edge of circle 1. You'll get a little bit long with a backhand. It's just such a touchy drive.
It's harder than they're going to make it look, definitely.
Yeah, you don't need the disc to turn over too much. Kev just looked like it was a little early released.
Yeah, you just don't want to be on that left side.
Looks like he found some OB way. I don't know. Where's the OB over there, Goose?
It's on the next hole. That means he went a mile. John throwing his strike, not getting enough turn.
Yeah, I like that play. The forehand play is good. Kaufman just pulls it a little bit there.
This is what you want.
If that holds, that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the shot you described in the description, Goose.
Yes, sir. Just a little bit deep. He told me he threw his free tail there.
Man, I throw a free tail on this hole every time, and I feel like I'm short every time. And he just went long, so that's why he's on a lead card right now.
Yeah, it's not an easy hole, man.
This is the third hole that Kaufman's thrown a roller. So, fun fact about what's going on here. Kevin threw a disc that he actually got in his player pack earlier that day. And he ended up going OB outside of the fairway on the next hole. So they weren't entirely sure of the rules here, so they're going to do a provisional where you're going to see Kevin throw this shot from OB as if he didn't go OB. And then he's going to follow up with another shot as if he did go OB with a one-stroke penalty.
Yeah, so I left this in because they didn't know what the call was during the round, so.
Yeah, they shot me a text and I was confused as to how he went OB on this hole.
Yeah, it's a pretty big group of trees he went through.
That's wild.
Back to Kaufman, putting for par.
Yep. That'll be a nice tap-in bogey. Could definitely get worse after a early tee shot into the woods. Ooh, that'll leave him a little something left for par there for John.
Love to see Kevin connect.
They're not sure if this is Kevin's provisional shot or his actual shot.
You know, I don't know either. I don't remember what the reasoning was why he took that one first.
Michael just misses birdie putt there. John putting for par. Hits a lot of chains and spits right out.
Whoa. You hate to see it erase, the birdie you just had. Especially on something like that, man.
There's one of Kevin's putts. And there's two of Kevin's putts. So it turns out he did get the double bogey. He was OB. So 4 throws and 1 penalty there.
Still, just having a great time, though.
Yeah. He's got a smile on his face.
I think we kind of brushed over Kevin going 3 for 3 there to start, and then he kind of just got rid of 2 of those birdies. So the fact that he's still smiling is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, he went from a 4-stroke lead there to a 3-stroke lead, so boys are catching back up.
Still very much in his hands.
Hole 5, par 3. You have 2 options off the tee. You have this right side option, which the drone is flying through, or you have the left side gap over there. Both shots are going to require a forehand with probably a fairway driver, something that you want to carry straight but have a fade at the end. The goal is to land right about here with OB on the right side if you get a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss right where Kevin just was either, because you got a creek over there and an OB line as well.
And there's what I was talking about, throwing a disc that's just a little bit too fast for the shot. His disc carried and didn't fade at all.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Kevin was trying to go for that line, but there is a sneaky anti-forehand line right there.
I think he was trying to go for it.
He seems like he wanted to go for it. Kevin's that type of dude. He loves having fun.
Just a tiny bit low for John there. This is right in Kaufman's wheelhouse here.
Again, just a little bit too fast of a disc. Threw it a little bit too hard.
Yeah, one of the best shots he's thrown all round so far, and just pushes it tiny bit too far.
Bunch of forehands to start this round.
Mm-hmm. Forehand dominant card.
Hey, I
today.
think Kev was in the same exact spot he was on the last hole.
OB again.
OB again, unfortunately.
Leaving a little bit of meat on the bone there for Michael. About 20 feet for his par.
It's fine by me. I like watching that putt.
Whew. John almost gets it from deep.
Yeah, speaking of watching a good putt,
Yes, sir.
Soft profit from deep.
He'll have a tap in there for par.
Yeah, Kaufman's trying to just get something started here.
that
Little
would
high
have been
for
big.
Kevin. It's a good par for Michael there. He knows that Kevin's about to take a double if he makes this putt.
Putt's looking confident.
There's that double. It's another big stroke swing here. Kevin's given back 4 strokes in the last 2 holes.
Yeah, Kevin was at 6 down, and now he's at 2 down. Michael's got some confidence after that bogey putt on the last hole. Excuse me, 2 holes ago, and we got a race now. We got a game. John's right there, too.
Hole 6, par 3. This is another shot where you have 2 options. So you're aiming at this clump of trees right up here in the middle with a slight uphill slope off the tee. So throwing the forehand gets a little bit scary if you really slower to your body. Throwing the backhand is just a little bit easier to get over that slope. You want to throw something on the backhand that's going to turn to the right and then pan out to flat. If you're going to the forehand, you're going to go left side of this clump of trees and have something that skips up towards the basket.
Yeah, I'm probably going to see 4 forehands on this one, but the backhand is a fun play. It's one of those ones where you think you overturn it too much, but that hill just guides you right to the basket.
You throw a boss here, right? Forehand.
I throw a boss, and I usually try and go wide, but the inside gap is probably what we're going to see.
Whew. Almost rang it up for Michael.
Yeah, the way that slope is, the forehand plays really well.
I always get a bit spooked. A little soft for John, a little bit too much hyzer.
See if Kaufman goes inside as well.
He needs a birdie right now.
Wow, it looked like some wind was getting a hold of that one, but I think that's his Phoenix that he just puts right in the bullseye.
Great shot.
Yeah, he pushed it as wide as he could go there.
Kevin has such a smooth forehand.
Yeah, and it looks like he was trying to go wide there. It kind of opens up for the skip, but the inside play is probably the safer, more guaranteed birdie.
John laying up for par. A little bit deeper than he expected.
Yeah, that would have been big from Kevin.
Yes, sir, especially since Michael's parked. Nice putt for John. Man's taking a lot of pars this round.
Yeah, he's hanging in there, though.
Slow and steady.
Mm-hmm. Here you go, Kaufman.
Par is always better than a bogey, and there's plenty of places to take a bogey out here. Kaufman getting the round going with the birdie. Kev tapping in his par, and then Michael just finally gonna tap in his birdie as well.
Must feel good to wait for everybody else to throw 2 or 3 shots before you even get up there.
And we got another tie ball game going into hole 7, one of the hardest holes on the course. What line do y'all take on this one? I prefer the backhand.
I go left, so for you guys watching who haven't seen this course before, you have 2 options. You have a left side gap and a right side gap. Seeing anything familiar from the former holes in this course. And you want to throw something that goes up to a landing zone past this middle clump of trees. The goal is to end up on the right side of the landing zone. That gives you a better look down the fairway for your second shot. So if you land here, which is the ideal landing zone, you're going to want to throw a backhand shot with something that hyzers just a little bit to skip up the hill to the basket. I'm actually, throwing to the left side, trying to land in the middle and throwing a backhand. So it's a forehand backhand kind of hole for me.
Yeah, and skipping up that hill is not the easiest of tasks. You can just hit it a little too low and you're not going to get anything, and then you're left with like 40, 50 feet.
Yeah, and if you go too long, you can end up in all this foliage back here. So it's danger on all sides. Hole that usually averages above par.
I do think the backhand is more optimal of a play, but we're probably going to see all forehands here again.
Not a bad result for Michael there. He's past all the trees.
Kaufman going forehand with the Phoenix. Glow Phoenix, that is.
That's more ideal right there. Got past all the trees, he's gonna be looking down the fairway.
Yeah, I feel like that's the perfect disc for that shot because you don't want to push too long. You want it to hook up pretty quick and get to that right side.
John gave us the backhand look.
Wow, looked like it flipped up a tiny bit. Almost just needed a tiny bit more flip up. It would have been perfect. Honestly might have been a good tree because it could have been too far left. Kev going forehand and just getting caught up a tiny bit early. He still made it pretty decently far down the fairway. Yeah, he's still got an open look down to pitch up.
You're playing for par at this point.
That might have been a good tree right there as well.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to cut that corner too left because then you're just going to be left with nothing.
Yeah, so John got a great kick back to the right and had a great look to the green. And honestly, that's about all you can ask for from where he was at.
This is the miss on the second shot, just throwing it a bit too inside.
Yeah, let's hope we can get up and down from there.
This is ideal for Kaufman right here.
Man, he just caught like the tiniest bush, dude. That would have slid a lot further.
A little shrub skip.
Kev going with the flexi forehand too and catching a nice tree. That was going down that hill for sure.
Shrub skip number 2.
Now he's just gotta get off this hole. Took a par. Did what he needed to do.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough putt for Michael there. He's probably going to lose another stroke here.
Birdie look for John?
Oh, great bid.
Seems to be the
Man,
moral of the story today. Birdie, bogey.
There couldn't have been many birdies this weekend on this hole.
another decent bid. I guess Michael will be tapping in his bogey there.
Oh,
Oh, just some chains for Kaufman.
you'd love to hit that if you're Kaufman. Get you back into the chase.
Well done, John.
Yeah, again, John just slow and steady.
He's hanging in there.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael will look to put this hole behind him.
Yeah, he's still in it. He still seems like he's got a good attitude. Just trying to stay calm and collected.
Yeah, Kev looks a little down. We'll see if that smile comes back here soon.
Oh, he's gonna love this next hole. Hole 8, par 3. It's downhill the entire way. You have a tight wall of trees here off the tee. You want to throw something that's slightly flippy or flips up to flat and just carries that angle with a little bit of fade at the end. So a lot of people are going to be throwing putters, mid-ranges, or maybe even a fairway driver down here. You'll see a lot of forehands or maybe just a slight turnover backhand. You want to land as softly as possible because if you go deep at the basket, you go downhill pretty quickly. What are you throwing here, Jace?
Usually go Justice. You could probably throw something a little slower too, but I like the Justice. It just makes it more comfortable for me. I'll take the big skip.
There's Michael throwing that Phoenix. Got some of that skip. That checked up nicely.
Yeah, that front tree up there that he just missed, it's pretty daunting. It will hit you down and leave you 45, so I just kind of like to get past it.
That almost looked like a glow Phoenix as well, maybe an older one. It was a glow something overstable. Kev taking the line I like to take. I don't like to mess with that tunnel.
It's fair. I mean, it's a risk reward shot. You can definitely be put in a terrible position off that tunnel.
Love seeing how much fun he's having.
Some pretty good shots here, Jacob. Ooh.
That was a great shot. Michael went deep. Now they're showing you what you're supposed to do on this hole. Got a couple looks for birdie.
This would be a crazy birdie. Oh, man.
They're doing lead card things right now. Everyone getting through the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Kev going over the tunnel. Michael with a putt for birdie here.
Cashed it. Great putt from circle 2.
He's got a very nonchalant putt right now, just looking like it's easy. I'm loving it. I love watching it.
He's made one from about every distance this round so far. Must be warmed up. Great 2 for Kaufman there.
Yeah, that's also a good putt. These guys are feeling good. Nobody's really showing the nerves. So it's anybody's ball game.
Kaufman just got back to even, so he's still in it.
There you go, John. A 3-way tie on the card now.
Kev making sure he gets the par. This is a great battle, great round to watch right now.
Is that 3 birdies and 1 par?
That's great. Yeah. Hole 9, another par 4. This hole is straight with a turn to the left. You want to throw a backhand with it, either a big rim driver or a fairway driver that's going to fade to the left and skip up the hill. Your second shot, you're going to be looking straight up the hill here at a basket that's surrounded by a bunch of these little cedar trees. The goal usually is to get up to this landing zone right here, throw a forehand, and get as close to that basket as you can. You're not going to see a lot of shots go long of the basket on the second shot. You're going to see many an uphill putt on this with these logs here to catch you if you roll down the hill.
Yeah, and those logs are just testament to how much people care about the courses in Austin. This place is awesome, and it's used for erosion control. It's just awesome beer works and may go that extra mile.
We saw a practice round 2 on this hole from Mr. Blake Whitehead throwing a thumber over the trees on the left side.
Kaufman taking the forehand through the high gap on the left. And I mean, he might be a little cut off and a little short, but he's in the fairway.
Yeah, Trevor, you're going to have to tell us what happened there because that was pretty wild.
That looked like sorcery. I have no idea what happened.
I was not expecting it. I'm surprised I even caught the disc going up through that gap.
Nice shot from McClellan there.
Doing the regular thing, just keeping it slow and steady and not flashy.
Oh, man.
It's a bad kick for Michael there.
I think we've all hit that tree.
I usually hit that tree.
Kev with the forehand. With a hex, guys. That was a hex.
With a hex? That's so sick.
Yeah, you're seeing some crazy stuff here from the forehands. If you forehand, definitely come check this one out.
Honestly, I was surprised to see Michael go forehand. I think he was just trying to like lay up to the landing zone and just accidentally pushed it too far. But good tree to kick him back into the fairway there. And yeah, Kaufman a little cut off. He's got the forehand to make that shot happen.
This is the ideal landing zone right here.
Oof, almost throws it in.
Again, you don't see people go long here very often. Great shot.
Yeah, great height control. See if Kevin can follow it up.
With a hex?
Yeah, that was a hex that he landed there
Wow.
with a turnover.
Another beautiful tree for Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go,
he's
Kevin.
loving it.
Tough angle for Michael.
Heck of a shot right there.
Makes great work of it.
He looked like he just let out a sigh of relief.
That one looked a little uncomfortable from
Yeah,
Kaufman
that was
there.
not what Kaufman wanted. He should have this though. Yeah.
Nice putt.
We'll have to
Great
check in on him, see what's going on.
I mean, it's hot out there. Sprinkle's a long hike. Nice putt from Michael.
And try to sneak out the back there.
Man, that was huge. That was huge.
Here's some birdie putts. Oh, ran it in a little bit too early.
Yeah, everybody loves a good downhill putt.
Nice birdie from Kevin. So, took an early lead, lost it, and he's finishing the front nine with that same lead.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be feeling good if you're Kevin. I mean, you had it in your grass, and you got to think you have it in your grass moving forward, honestly.
It's still anybody's game here on the lead card. We're going to check in with the leaderboard here. Big shout out to Henry Hoganson, moving up a few spots into a tie for second place. This is it for the front nine coverage. This has been Goose, Chase, and Trevor coming to you live from my living room. See you guys for back nine.